What if one of the world's greatest wonders is still hiding secrets no one has ever seen? The Great Pyramid of Giza has been studied for centuries, yet its deepest mysteries remain unsolved. In the 1980s and 1990s, scientists became very interested in the hidden spaces inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. They used advanced tools to study narrow passages that were too small for humans to enter. Later, they sent a small robot camera inside one of these tiny shafts. The robot moved forward through the dark passage, but after some distance, it found a stone door blocking the way. On that door, researchers saw two small copper handles. This made the mystery even bigger. Why would there be a door inside such a narrow tunnel? And if there was something behind it, why was it sealed so carefully? This discovery made people believe the pyramid may still be hiding many secrets. Egypt has many pyramids, but the Great Pyramid of Giza is the one that creates the most questions. It is also known as the Pyramid of Khufu because it was built for Pharaoh Khufu thousands of years ago. For a long time, people believed pyramids were only royal tombs. But many researchers still ask how such a huge structure was built with the tools available at that time. The pyramid is not just a pile of stones, it was planned with incredible care, direction, shape, and measurement. That is why people still wonder how ancient builders could create something so accurate, so strong, and so massive more than 4,500 years ago. Today, the Great Pyramid looks rough and old, but it did not always look this way. In ancient times, it was covered with smooth white limestone blocks. These outer stones were polished so well that sunlight reflected from them. From far away, the pyramid may have looked like a shining mountain in the desert. Many people also believe the top once had a special capstone that reflected sunlight even more. Over time, earthquakes, weather, and human activity damaged the smooth outer layer. Many stones were removed and reused in other buildings. So the pyramid we see today is only the surviving core of something that once looked far more beautiful and powerful. One of the most surprising things about the Great Pyramid is its accuracy. Its sides are closely aligned with the main directions: north, south, east, and west. This is shocking because the ancient Egyptians did not have modern compasses, GPS, satellites, or digital measuring tools. Some experts think they may have used the sun, shadows, and stars to find direction. For example, during the equinox, day and night are almost equal, and the sun's movement can help mark east and west. Others believe they studied certain stars in the night sky. Whatever method they used, the result was extremely careful. This shows that ancient Egyptian builders had strong knowledge of astronomy and measurement. The Great Pyramid was built using millions of stone blocks. Many of these blocks weighed several tons, and some were much heavier. This creates one of the biggest questions in history. How did ancient workers move such huge stones without modern machines? Today we use cranes, trucks, engines, steel tools, and computer planning for large buildings. But the pyramid builders had none of that. They had human strength, simple tools, wooden sledges, ropes, water, ramps, and organized teamwork. Even then, the scale of the work is difficult to imagine. Each stone had to be cut, moved, lifted, and placed correctly. One mistake could damage the structure, so the planning had to be extremely serious. Many historians believe the Great Pyramid may have taken around 20 years to build. That sounds like a long time, but when we think about the number of stones, it feels almost impossible. If millions of blocks were used, then workers had to place stones very quickly and very regularly. This does not mean one small team did everything. It likely required a huge organized workforce: skilled builders, planners, stone cutters, transport workers, and food suppliers. Some modern summaries also suggest these workers were not simply slaves, but trained laborers who were housed, fed, and managed as part of a massive state project. Even with that, the speed and organization still feel almost unbelievable. Before building the pyramid, the land had to be prepared. This was not easy, because even a small mistake at the base could create problems higher up. If the ground was uneven, the whole structure could become unstable. Some theories say the builders used simple leveling tools, water channels, and careful observation to make the base flat. A basic tool with a hanging weight or balancing rod could help show whether two sides were level. Water may also have been used because water naturally settles flat. These methods sound simple, but when used by skilled people over a large area, they can be powerful. This shows that the builders did not need magic. They needed patience, planning, and precision. The direction of the pyramid is another mystery that fascinates people. Its sides are placed very close to the true north, south, east, and west lines. Since compasses were not available, the builders may have used the sky. One possible method was to watch the sun's shadow during the day and mark its movement. Another method was to observe stars at night and use their positions to calculate direction. Ancient Egyptians were already skilled at watching the sky because farming, seasons, religion, and calendars depended on it. So the pyramid's accuracy may not be impossible. It may be proof that they understood nature deeply and used the sky as their guide. Cutting the stones was one of the hardest parts of the whole project. The ancient Egyptians used tools such as copper chisels, wooden mallets, stone hammers, and harder stones like dolerite for breaking tough rock. Copper is softer than modern steel, so workers had to sharpen or replace their tools again and again. For limestone, copper tools could work with enough time and effort. For harder stones like granite, they likely used pounding stones and other slow methods. Some theories also say wooden wedges were placed in cracks and then soaked with water. As the wood expanded, it helped split the stone. This work was slow, tiring, and required real skill. After cutting the stones, the next problem was transportation. Some stones came from nearby quarries, while harder stones like granite came from faraway places. The Nile River may have helped a lot. Workers could move heavy stones by boat during the right season, especially when the river was high. On land, they may have used wooden sledges pulled by teams of workers. There is also evidence that wetting the sand in front of sledges can reduce friction, making it easier to drag heavy loads. This does not make the job simple, but it makes it more realistic. The pyramid was not built by one trick. It was built through many smart methods working together. One of the biggest questions is how the workers lifted heavy stones as the pyramid grew taller. Experts have suggested several ideas. One theory says they used a long, straight ramp leading up one side of the pyramid. Another theory says they used a spiral ramp that wrapped around the structure. A third idea says they used zigzag ramps on the sides. Each theory has problems because ramps would need huge amounts of material and space. Still, some kind of ramp system is one of the most accepted explanations. The builders may also have changed methods at different stages. The lower levels could use one system while the upper levels used another. When robot cameras explored the hidden shafts inside the Great Pyramid, they discovered sealed stone blocks and mysterious red markings. After drilling a tiny hole through one blocking stone, researchers found another barrier behind it, making the mystery even deeper. While some believe the markings were simple construction notes left by workers, others wonder if they hold a greater meaning. Because the pyramid is one of the world's most valuable ancient monuments, scientists must explore it carefully without causing damage. Even after centuries of study, the Great Pyramid continues to keep many of its secrets hidden. New scans, robotic investigations, and discoveries help researchers learn more, but many areas remain unexplored. The greatest mystery is not just what may be hidden inside, but how ancient Egyptians designed, built, and transported millions of stones to create a structure that has survived for more than 4,500 years. Whether viewed as an engineering masterpiece, a historical wonder, or a symbol of human ambition, the Great Pyramid remains one of the most extraordinary monuments on Earth. Did this mystery leave you with more questions than answers? If so, leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to know your theory and see what you think really happened.